What's good? What's good? It's the one, the only, but what do I know? Boxing back at y'all with another one, DJ Cali boys. Yo, what's up with Ryan Garcia, man? All right, I'm gonna get on here. Let me talk about what Floyd Mayweather has to say about Ryan Garcia. You see, Ryan, first he's praising Canelo, want to learn from Canelo in Canelo's training camp. Now it's all hate. Accomplish what Canelo has accomplished, then speak bad about him. Here's my thing with this, bro. If y'all don't know, Ryan Garcia has been throwing a lot of salt towards Canelo. He even picked Triple G to beat Canelo in this third fight. Obviously, he's picking with his heart and not his mind. Him and Canelo have not been seeing eye to eye. Canelo has actually said some choice things about Ryan Garcia, how he's not dedicated to the sport, how he even stated that Tank Davis is his favorite fighter to watch. Obviously, that's a rival of Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is, so here's my thing. First and foremost, with Floyd Mayweather, I think Floyd Mayweather, the reason why Floyd Mayweather chimes in is because I feel like this kind of reminds him of his situation with Adrian Broner. For y'all that's been under a rock, if you don't know, obviously Floyd Mayweather was Adrian Broner, one of his favorite fighters ever, and Adrian Broner wanted so much to be around Floyd. They developed a little bro, big bro type of relationship. Things went sour around 2016, I believe, when Adrian Broner started saying, F TMT, F the money team, and then Floyd Mayweather speaks on Adrian Broner's drinking problems. Then, Adrian Broner does the infamous call out. So they've kind of been going back and forth. Him and Floyd Mayweather have been having like a love-hate relationship. I don't think Floyd Mayweather is really concerned with Adrian Broner. I think Adrian Broner looks for approval from Floyd Mayweather. And AB, often talks about Floyd Mayweather a lot. He even recently commented on his picture, Floyd's picture with his grandson, and just, reaching out to Floyd, asking Floyd to reach out to him, because right now I guess Adrian Broner is mentally at not where he wants or needs to be. So I think Floyd Mayweather sees a lot of this in this situation. As for Ryan Garcia, man, listen, Ryan Garcia recently spoke on Canelo saying something like he's had an easier route than him. Stop the BS, stop the lies. I hope I misquoted, but I know he said something like he had an easier route at first. Something like that. Listen, Ryan Garcia, well, Canelo said it himself, you haven't even got a world title yet. All right? You haven't. Hey, don't get me wrong, Ryan Garcia is a decent fighter, but Ryan Garcia, your biggest name on the resume is Luke Campbell. And Luke Campbell's only known for losing to Jorge Linares and Lomachenko. All right? So, Ryan is what? 24? Is Ryan 24 now? 23, 24? Let's talk about what Canelo done at 23 and 20. At 23, for sure, Canelo was a unified champion at 154. Canelo had fought the likes of Austin Trout. He fought Shane Mosley. He been in there. I mean, I know Shane Mosley was past his prime. What's the dude's name shoot, my mind just went blank again. The guy that fought Floyd Mayweather, the Hispanic that fought Floyd Mayweather, recently, now he's in prison because he's been touching his daughter. Freaking creep. Can't think of his name. But Canelo knocked him out. I believe Canelo was in there with Canelo. I think he fought Kermit Cintron at one point. But anyways, bro, he beat the likes of Shane Mosley by 23. Shane Mosley, yes, he was past his prime, but I mean, bro, he's a veteran, a Hall of Famer. He beat Austin Trout, who had just come off of a Miguel Cotto victory to unify the division. He then fought Floyd Mayweather. He actually, and then beat Erislandy Lara. That was probably when he was 24 though. But I think Ryan Garcia is 24, 23 or 24. I don't know. But look, regardless, bottom line is Canelo has accomplished way more than what Ryan Garcia has accomplished to this point. Ryan Garcia has not even been a world champion. So Ryan Garcia, how do you have the nerve to speak on Canelo Alvarez? I just don't get it. It don't make any sense. You need to be focused on, getting a belt in your division. You were Devin Haney's mandatory. You ducked Devin Haney, okay? You called out Devin Haney. I mean, look, this is the guy. Listen, I've stated this before. This is the list of guys that Devin Haney, that Ryan Garcia called out. And this is just off the dome. Devin Haney, Tank Davis, Manny Pacquiao, Devin Haney, Tank Davis, Manny Pacquiao, Isaac Cruz, Jojo Diaz, that's 5. Javier Fortuna, they were supposed to fight. He pulled out a week later, that's 6. Tevin Farmer, that's 7. And there's one more I'm missing. It's one more fighter I'm missing. Regardless, here's my thing. You've been calling out all these fighters, right? Saying that you were supposed to, I'll be taking 2 rounds. All right, Tank's like, all right, bet, let's make it happen. Oh, wait, I got a different fight. I got a bigger fight, Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao's gonna fight me. Manny Pacquiao, like, man, I don't know what this kid is talking about. I ain't never said nothing about fighting this dude. Like, man, Ryan, you need to focus on your career. Right now, Ryan, you are only known off of riding off of other fighters. All right? This is just getting ridiculous, man. Like Ryan, I don't even understand why people have him as such a big name when this dude literally has not done anything to validate himself in the sport of boxing. He hasn't. All right, I gave him credit for getting up after the knockdown with Luke Campbell and coming back and beating Luke Campbell. Okay, I give him credit for that. I will say that. But bro, you still have not solidified anything in this sport yet, bro. So I don't understand how Ryan Garcia has the audacity to talk about Canelo Alvarez, who's at this point accomplished more than probably any fighter that's boxing right now. I.e., we do have to talk about Canelo's, we do, and whenever you bring up Canelo's career or anybody's career that's tested positive, yes, you can bring that up. But I'm just saying, even before the whole PED's allegations and all this type, well, not an allegation because he actually tested positive, but before the Canelo, before the PEDs, right? Well, the 154 Canelo has accomplished way more than Ryan Garcia. So like Ryan Garcia, bro, you got to get yourself focused, man. You were Devin Haney's mandatory. You were the mandatory. When has a mandatory fighter ever ducked the champion? I do not know. Up until we saw Jaime Munguia when he dug Demetrius Andrade. However, this is not about Jaime Munguia. This is about Ryan Garcia. Ryan needs to stay focused on boxing, on his career. Okay? I'm tired of seeing Ryan talk about all these fighters. It's like this dude has everything to say about every fighter. Devin Haney fought, who was it before? Devin Haney was against Jorge Linares. And like, dude, Ryan Garcia is like, well, Devin, if that was me, I would have finished you. Well, it could have been you, but you're not, obviously you're not willing to step up and fight Devin Haney. What do you mean if that was me, you would have been finished? It could have been you. You could have been in that ring with Devin Haney. Devin Haney been calling you out for the longest, and you're not willing to fight him. So it's like, bro, Ryan Garcia, like nobody really at this point, man, you at the point of your career where you have to really defend yourself. You got to prove to fans, man. You have to prove to fans because nobody believes anything that you're saying right now. And that's not me coming out of hate. That's me really trying to get this man some advice. Trying to get this man some advice, man, because like people are growing tired of Ryan Garcia. All right, you have a good following. All right, now you can potentially take yourself to the next level, right? You're in a stacked division. You have the tools to take yourself to the next level, bro. But you need to focus. You need to focus and get yourself back on track, bro. Because right now, what you're doing, a lot of people ain't feeling, including myself. I've always been very critical of Ryan Garcia because Ryan Garcia, it's almost like he thinks he's bigger than what he really is. And obviously, if he's speaking on Canelo, he really does think he's bigger than what he really is. You haven't accomplished enough to speak on what Canelo was doing, right? To criticize Canelo and talk about he had an easier route than you. You haven't accomplished enough for that. So it's like, my dude, focus on your career, get yourself in line. Fight these guys, and you potentially become a huge star in boxing. Let me know what you guys think about Ryan Garcia. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But what do I know?